Hello and good morning. I'm in my office and I'm on my phone. It feels a bit crooked and weird. I kind of feel like I need to tilt my head like that. But anyway, hopefully I'm kind of straight. I'm on the tripod. I have no idea what I'm doing because I don't use this tripod very frequently and I kind of had it up at the wrong angle at one point. So there's that. And then I had this weird feeling that I wanted to get up on the microphone and tap, tap, tap kind of thing, tappy finger. I know that looks weird. When you've seen those old videos or films where they get up on the stage and they tap on the microphone and go, hello, is this thing on? I kind of felt like doing that this morning. I don't even know why. But anyway, as usual, I am going to be rambling for a while. I do have a point, okay? I usually have a point. But also, this is going to be a long one. So, I don't know, kick back, cook lunch, have dinner, have a coffee, whatever. But I've recently started or decided that I wanted to kind of informally keep track of the makeup that I wear and what I'm wearing. And I'll probably take a photo of it at the end of that so I have a record. But this is about a week's worth of makeup in terms of what I wear regularly and rotate through and things like that. And it's a lot. You wear a lot of makeup. And I'm trying to use things is kind of the purpose. And my girlfriend Steph got me into this because she's got an app for everything, which I laugh about because she's like, oh, look what I'm tracking on my app. And I'm like, oh gosh, you and your apps. But to be fair, she's also got me onto using a wardrobe app. And that has changed my wardrobe game because it means I know what I have. I'm keeping track of what I have. And I know what I'm wearing regularly. So, by the end of winter, I will know what of all my cold weather, cool weather clothes I'm wearing more. I don't like, and then I can either declutter or, that kind of thing. And I'm hoping by doing this with my makeup, I can also decide if it's something that I want to declutter, get rid of, keep, etc., that kind of thing. So anyway, I have this little basket, which is not that little, and it's full. That's about a week's worth, maybe a little bit over a week. Might be maybe like a week and 2 or 3 days, because I think I started this midweek last week, and then I kind of ran out of time and I was busy and I never got around to making the video, and I kept forgetting to take photos and that kind of thing. So there's that. Anyway, so not in any particular order. In fact, I'm wearing this today. This is my Para My Room Where Something Shines, and it's a gorgeous sort of cool toned, neutral, slightly mauvey palette that Steph gave me. It was too cool toned for her, and she wasn't exactly crazy about it. She wore it a couple of times, and I think she was allergic, I think, to one of the glitter shades. So, and I don't have a problem with it. So I've been wearing it. I actually really, really like it for just a normal cool toned look. And I don't do much to my eyes anyway. I don't know if you can see, but there's a really light sparkle and eyeliner, which I forgot to include in here. But all I'm wearing today is this color. And I've just got it blended all over my lid. And that's kind of what it looks like. So it's a very, very soft color. And I'm very much I'm going to grab something to wipe. Yeah, I'm very much a sort of soft neutral, depending on what I wear, either warm or cool tone kind of a gal when it comes to my eyeshadow. Oh, these are all dried out. Dang it. Oh, oh, they smell nice though. And they still work, so there's that. So I've been using this on my eyes. And then I recently got this She Glam palette, Dune palette, because I've been on the hunt for a new contour, because my all-time favorite contour, I've hit pan, a lot of pan now, and it's starting to run out and it's discontinued, which, ugh, why do companies discontinue things that I love? Mind you, that's been discontinued for a very long time, and I still remember the cries of anguish when that was discontinued. But this is the palette, and it's way too warm for me as a contour, so I have decided to use it as eyeshadow, and it's perfect and beautiful as eyeshadow on me. And let me show you what I mean. Find it. Okay, so this is my contour, and it's a bit messy and crumbly, and that's gotten really big, but that's the kind of cool toned color contour that I'm looking for my, that's like a really bad swatch, isn't it, for my contour. And this next to it, as you can see, is very, very warm. So it's too warm for my face, but I like it as eyeshadow, and it's very, very pretty as eyeshadow. And I don't even know why these are in the contour, because they look more like really shimmery highlights to me for a deeper skin tone. So it works great as a as eyeshadow for me. And then that is a cream. So this is a cream. I just use it as a base, and it works great. And so this is really, really pretty on the eyes for me. And so that's what I did. And oh, okay, so I'm all over the place. I'm always all over the place. You know, if you want polished and like, you know, somebody who knows what they're doing, it's not me. I just kind of like to turn on the camera and talk to myself. Sometimes I talk to Echo, sometimes I talk to my mom. I did a video recently where it went live, and I was talking about my DIY mask, and she goes, my mom watched it, and she was like, you mentioning your mother a lot. I'm like, yeah, because normally if I'm making a video, especially if it's a skincare video, it's usually because my mom's asked me to do it. And so I've, you know, gone and done that for her. So I'm usually talking to her about that. Anyway, and then I've got this W7 Bronze Brilliance Bronze and Glow. I got this in the US many, many years ago. I think from a Five Below, is that what they're called? When we were visiting. And that's really pretty. And again, I got it because I thought this would make a very pretty glowy blush or a blush topper on me, because it's like pinky, and I love a pinky glowy highlight as a blush topper. I love a glowy blush. And this makes a beautiful eyeshadow. Also a beautiful eyeshadow. But then this, I thought, would make a good contour. And believe it or not, even though it doesn't look it, it actually is, weirdly, still a bit warm on me. So it's great on my eyes. It looks amazing as an eyeshadow, but it doesn't work as a contour on me. And I don't really wear bronzer like all over the face. I mean, look, very pale girl. my hubby and my mom like to say that I have porcelain skin, but it's just, I'm just really pale, and I'm just not gonna try to get darker because I'm also afraid of the sun. And this is my cool tone, you know, discontinued contour that I like. So see, compare that to that, and it's still, you know, quite warm, and it doesn't work as a contour for me. Now, what I have done, and I should have kept the original packaging, was when I got this She Glam Thingamabobby, because I was looking for contours, I also found a couple of contour powders that looked like they could work, and that they looked like they were cool toned. And this one was cool toned, but this one was actually in a compact, and it was like two toned. It had like a pale kind of translucent or cream color, and then it had the contour color. And it was a Chinese brand. I don't remember what it was, and it wasn't like the cheapest. It was probably like $9 or $10. But it formed hard pan almost immediately, which I was not particularly impressed about, and I couldn't get my brush into it. And I thought, well, hang on, I don't want to throw it away because it was $9. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you're on my income, you know, and things are getting more and more expensive, everything counts. And I like to try to not waste and, you know, be frugal and all that sort of stuff. And I do splurge excuse me, and I do splurge every now and then, but, you know, there's no point in wasting. Anyway, so what I did was I broke it up. You know how, you know, people like, if that falls apart, you break it up and then you repress it. I didn't bother to repress it. In fact, what I did was I just broke it up, turned it into a powder, and then put it in one of these little sifter powder things that I got from Daiso. And the thing with it, let me see if I can find it, if I put it in here. Ah, there we are. The thing with this was, it was too pale for me. It was the right tone because it was cool toned, but it was too pale for me. So what I ended up doing when I crushed it up was I went to Mecca and I got this cool toned single eyeshadow from Mecca called Over It. And this is from Mecca Max. I don't know if you can see. And it's that color. And I've used half of it, and it's like very dark. And that's the contour color now. So it was the right cool tone, but it was really, really, really pale, and it didn't show up on me. So what I did was I mixed it. And so see how this is a bit rosy, but that's kind of because it's actually supposed to be a blush, but it works great as a contour for me. And anyway, so I did that, and you see how it's still cool toned. It's a little bit deeper, but this works on me, and that's what I've got on today as my contour. Not that you can really tell, but because it was really pale, what I did was I got this eyeshadow, and so how that's really dark, I mixed that the original pale shade with that half of it, and got to this, and that works out perfectly for me. And that's what I've been wearing, mostly also because I've been testing it out and making sure it works, and I've been babying this a bit, but I will get back to that. So that's what I've been doing with my contour and my powder and things like that. So there's that. What else have I been wearing? Okay, eyeshadow wise, I've also been wearing this, which is from the Kind Collective. This is really funny. This is for the face. I do like that this has got a really cute bunny imprint on it, but I've kind of worn most of it off. But this is number 5 Glorious Shimmer Bronzer, and it was like $3. And I don't understand why they call it a shimmer bronzer. Well, I can, but it's just way too orangey on me, and very shimmery. But it makes a beautiful eyeshadow. So I actually do wear it as an eyeshadow, and it's very pretty as an eyeshadow. So I think that's all the eye things. Yes. That's kind of, oh, and one more. I wore this. When did I wear this? Was it last night? We went out into book club, and I think I wore this last night. And this is from Sephora. It's their colorful shimmer eyeshadow in the color Soft Suede. And this it's just really pretty. It's just a really soft, shimmery color. And I know you've noticed all my eyeshadows are really like neutral and mid-toned. That's just what I like a wash of color, some eyeliner. I didn't even wear eyeliner last night. And then just blend it out in the crease, which is around here. And because I have Chinese eyes, which is like, you know, not a lot of folds and contours and creases and things like that, I can just kind of whack the shadow on and blend it out. And so I get a little bit of dimension, and I call it a day. Okay, so that's kind of all the eye things in terms of like eyeshadow things. I do have eyeliner on today. It's the Mecca eyeshadow stick in espresso, but I forgot to include it in here. On the face, I've been using my Misha Perfect BB cream. I love this stuff. I'm in the color number 23. This is the original one that's a little bit more gray toned, but it blends beautifully into my skin, and then it just kind of like, you know, it blends into nothing, and it looks really, really good. I know a lot of people complain that they don't have a color range and color shades and things like that, but Korean ladies, I know they do have a range.
Someone was detected at your front door.
There's someone looking at my front door. This might happen a few times with the doorbell because the cleaners are here, and I kind of forgot to turn it off while I was filming, so that might happen a bit. And anyway, so yes, that's gorgeous. And Korean coverage products still tend to not have a giant shade range, but fortunately for me, I kind of fall into the slightly deeper end of their very light shade range, whereas in Western shade ranges, I'm in the like very, very fairest, lightest in their shade range. So there's that. Let's do blush. I've been wearing this. This is my NARS Orgasm blush. It is so old that the soft touch has worn off because I had to clean it. It got sticky, which happens with NARS packaging. It's broken, and I've kind of, you can see the ledge there because it used to like go right up to the metal that's filled up. I've made a good dent into it. I've been using it for a very long time. This is my all-time favorite blush. If I ever, and I think I've mentioned it in other videos as well, if I ever kind of want to just throw on something really quick because I'm in a hurry or whatever it is, I just pull this out because I know it will never fail me. And I can just like throw it on and off I go. So that is a staple. I use this all the time. This will probably make an appearance pretty much every week because 1 or 2 days a week, I'll just grab it. And I know this gets used a lot. On the powder front, no. Well, I'm holding it, so might as well. I'm still working my way through this. It looks a bit manky because it broke and I pressed it back in because this was a powder compact. And this is a very, very nice medium-ish coverage foundation powder for me.
Someone was detected at your front door.
And, sorry, someone's at the front door. It's helpful though, because a lot of times we're not at the front door and, you know, if someone knocks, we kind of like not hear the knocking. And this has been very helpful since we've installed it. Yes. So anyway, I'm almost done. I've got a little bit left, but that might take a few weeks of regular use to get back to it, to get it done. And I think this is, yes, 20 Ivory. I got this off Amazon during one of the Prime Day sales, I think, because it was like, I don't know, 50% off, and it was like $18, which is cheap here in Australia for this product. And then, okay, that's the rest of these are all brow stuff. My goodness, look at all that. That's all brow stuff. And the reason why this is all brow stuff is because I have been battling with my brows recently, and it's like, oh my God, I'm 53 years old, and why can I not figure out my brows? And I think I've kind of got to the point where I figured it out, and I'm happy with my brows. Oh, well, at least I have been for the last week. So may it continue. But anyway, so my routine now is a light brow pencil to kind of fill in the sparse areas, and then a brow gel or brow mascara through it to kind of thicken and darken it up a bit. But because I have very dark brows, and it is hard for me to find a brow gel that is dark enough that works and looks good, I use mascara, like eyelash mascara. And I have no eyelashes to speak of, so I have never used mascara in my eyes. But I use mascara in my eyebrows, and I generally use like a dark, like black brown, which is what works best for me. But sometimes I do use the odd black, but I have to be very gentle with and careful with it. So let's start with brow pencils. It's just brow pencils. Okay, I've got this, I don't know, nameless eyebrow pencil that I used today. That was from Daiso. The usual spoolie in one end. I like the triangle shape brow pencils. I don't like the very, what do you call those? Pointy ones. Mostly because I'm lazy and I want it to be quick. But that's that color, which is like the deepest brown. I always try to get the deepest brown that I can find. This is from Essence, and this is it's waterproof. I wish this one lasted longer. It doesn't last as long as I think it should, or I like it to. I think this one is in brunette. Is it? Oh. Why can't I see a color? I think this is in brunette. The color is good. See, that's like a really dark, cool brown. So I like that one. And then I got this one, which is some like nameless Chinese brand one, which is...
Someone was detected at your front door.
That I've got. You're supposed to like wind it. It's like a pencil, and you like wind it to get it. And I've had it forever, and I still have not actually unwound any of it because, you know, I end up using so little of it. But this is supposed to be their black, but it kind of comes off like a really dark black brown, and I really like that. That's very nice. But this is my all-time favorite, and of course it has to be the most expensive one, and it's the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And this was a gift from my friend Steph for my birthday this year, and the quality is amazing. My brows always look amazing when I use it, and my goodness, why do you have to be so expensive? But that is perfect. And I have an itchy nose, sorry. And yeah, so that's my favorite one, so I reach for that a lot. And then on the brow mascara gel stuff, I have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I really like this one because it's light. It doesn't deposit a lot of product, and it's not goopy. And this is in the deep brown. But the deep brown is not quite dark enough, so I might try this in a black the next time e.l.f. has a sale, which won't be till later in the year, but I'm not in a hurry. So, and this is great. I do really,
Someone was
really
detected at your front door.
like that very much. The Estee Lauder little black primer, I was still, you know, at one point trying to like do eyelashes, mascara on my eyelashes, and I thought a primer would help because, you know, everybody raves, a lot of people rave about this. It doesn't work on me, but this is very nice on my eyebrows. So there's that. And then I've got the Lash Paradise, which is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise in the black brown, I think. And this is my perfect eyebrow color. And I actually do really like this formula, but it's really thick and it gets really dry and goopy towards the end, but there's still a lot of product and it looks terrible on my eyebrows once it gets to that drier stage, which probably is great for eyelashes, but it's too clumpy on my eyebrows, and the brush is just gigantic. So I don't love that. What I did recently was I pulled it apart and I scraped it all out and emptied it, and I put it into this jar. So that's the lash primer, and I've got a whole bunch of that in there, and I've mixed it with a little bit of really, 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 really strong hold hair gel that I could find. And then I've put it into this, which is just a little mascara jar thing that you can buy for, you know, $1. And I actually find I really like this spoolie for my eyebrows. It doesn't hold a lot of product. It cleans off really nicely. I like that the tube is clear so I can tell how much product is in there. This doesn't hold a lot of product, which is why I still have a heap of stuff in here that I will transfer once this uses up. But it takes absolutely forever. And also why I've got the wax paper here to keep it sealed and airtight so it doesn't dry out. But if it does dry out, I'll just add like a little bit of mixing medium, like the Inglot Duraline, or even a little bit of like primer oil or castor oil. That will work. So that's brows. Oh, that felt like a lot. Eyeliner. Oh, I do have one eyeliner. This is a very old ColourPop eyeliner in Call Me, and it kind of looks like a dark brown in here, but it has like a reddish burgundy tone to it, which is very, very pretty. It's not the most long wearing eyeliner, but it's long wearing enough for me. It does smudge by the end of the day, and it does smudge if my eyes water and things like that, but it's not the worst that I've worn, so I've kept it around. And I say that because I have very, very watery like eyeballs, so most eyeliners don't work on me. And part of the reason why I use like those really long wearing eyeshadow sticks as eyeliner is because those do stay and those do perform the best on my eyes as eyeliner. And then blush. Well, aside from the NARS, which is kind of a go-to, and I, you know, use that all the time. I got this Nude Sticks Nudes Matte blush as a birthday gift or some kind of a gift from Sephora at some point. So I've started using that, and that's really, really pretty. And that kind of blends out into just a really pretty soft neutral flush, which looks like absolutely nothing, but it's actually really pretty as a blush, and I have enjoyed that. And then I have two sort of cream cheek colors that I've been using. These are from She Glam. That looks very intimidating, but it does blend out into a very sort of pretty, ready, flush, sort of more like that, which is really, really pretty. And then this kind of more corally pinky color, which again is kind of soft and pretty when it's blended out. Today I'm wearing a pink from an old e.l.f. liquid blush that has turned into a cream blush because it's that old. And I forgot to include it, and that was very, very, very pink. Like that, the pink of the top, until I blended it out. So that's what I'm wearing today, which I forgot to include because I'm just terrible at that. And then there's this liquid blush that is a Rare Beauty packaging knockoff, and that's pink. I've been experimenting and wearing a bit more pink recently, just for funsies, because normally I'm very sort of warm tone red, terracotta red, and peach, NARS Orgasm peach blush kind of thing, girl. So yeah, that's the pink, and I've been wearing that a bit more, and that's how that blends into, which is very, very pretty. So yes, that's everything. And this wasn't nearly as terrible as I thought it was going to be, because that's only like 32 minutes, probably 33 or 34 by the time I'm done blathering and doing the outro and all that sort of stuff. And I need something that'll clean better than this dried out baby wipe. But yes, so that's everything that I've used makeup wise in a week, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'm glad to be keeping track of. This is going into the recycling because there's nothing really in it left. I tried using it, was it this morning or yesterday, and it was like, oh, it was just a lot of effort, and it was goopy and plumpy, and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna get rid of it because it's mostly gone. But I'm also one of those very strange people who like to use something until it's like gone, completely gone. And I kind of need to stop that to a certain degree. So, yeah, that's just a thing about me. I kind of like grew up in this, having had things drilled into me, like to, you know, never waste anything, never run out of, you know, never like throw out anything, use everything all up, that kind of thing. So that's a bit of a me thing that I need to kind of get over with certain things. And, you know, you kind of get to the point where it's like, just stop trying anymore, and just it needs to go. That's kind of where I'm at in terms of some of the things. So yes, that's everything. Thank you for hanging in here to the very end if you made it this far. Echo, I know you did, or if you haven't, you better. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time. And if you made it this far, leave a strawberry emoji to go with all the pink. Thank you, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.